Hi, Cassidy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but can you prepare some money urgently? I need it right away for an additional surgery.
Hi, Heidi. An additional surgery? Are you okay? Was there a problem with the recovery from last month's surgery?
Unfortunately, it's so hard to deal with all these issues while being sick, you know? So about the money, can you manage it? If possible, 10,000.
10,000? Oh my god. Are you taking a bigger surgery than before? It's more expensive than last month. Are you sure you're okay? I'll go talk to the doctor at the hospital to get more information. Have you contacted Jason yet? If you haven't,
Oh, don't worry about that. He's a very sweet boy, and I don't want to trouble him with unnecessary worries. If he finds out that I'm having consecutive surgeries, he won't be able to focus on his work either, that's for sure.
But you kept the one you had last month as a secret to him, and I've already loaned you 5,000. If you need 10,000 this time, it's a bit too much for me to afford that by myself.
Oh my, are you not allowed to handle that much money alone? After all, Jason is a responsible man. You're a lazy woman. If he lets you manage the money, who knows how it might be spent?
Oh, do you think so? I've never been called lazy.
You see, you haven't even gotten pregnant yet. It's been a year since you got married, and time is precious. What do you do every day without even working? Neglecting your duties as a wife and lazing around? It's embarrassing.
I'm working, you know. I'm currently working from home, not just lazing around.
Here you go. Excuses. I just want you to be a proper wife. This is why I said that you're lazy. Your rebellion against your mother-in-law is a disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay. But regarding the child, I'm seeing the specialist. Jason and I discuss things as a couple, so...
Are you still talking back to me? I don't care what you claim, but what about the money? Jason's my only son, you know. I want you to understand that much, at least. Keep it a secret from him, okay?
I don't quite understand what you mean by keep it a secret. Do you mean you don't want him to know about your illness? I didn't tell him about last month's surgery because it was a minor procedure, but this time...
It's no big deal this time either. So will you have the money ready soon?
No, I still need to talk to him about it.
I told you, I don't want him to worry. You really lack of kindness, you know. You don't care about other people's feelings. If he finds out and gets upset, I'll be sad too. Both of us will be hurt. I wonder if you lack a sense of compassion, not just as a daughter-in-law, but as a person.
I'm sorry.
That's why I was against your marriage. The amount of disposable money I've had is completely different since you came into the family.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
Never mind. I'll ask Jason directly.
Hun, again? Give me a break.
What's wrong? What are you talking about?
I heard you were nasty to my mom again. She complained like crazy and I barely had a lunch break. Come on, please, just get along a bit better with her. She's a pain in the neck. Don't get all irritated and mean. She's your mother-in-law, so try to be considerate.
Huh? I didn't say anything mean.
She said you threatened to spill some secret favor that was asked between you two.
What the heck? That's not it. It's true I was asked for a favor, but it was about something really significant. I couldn't make the decision alone, so I told her I would consult with you.
That's not at all what she said.
What do you mean? Are you trying to say that I'm lying?
Look, I'm not taking sides. But she has more life experience, you know. You need to handle things better in that aspect.
But you see...
Yeah, sure, excuses. Just act more like an obedient wife. Instead of complaining all the time, try to be a bit more patient. Anyway, if you want this relationship to last, figure it out. I gotta get back to work.
I think you'll get angry if we talk face to face, so I'll say it here. I want you to divorce Jason.
What on earth are you saying out of the blue?
You see, before you married him, he had a fiancée. She was the daughter of my acquaintance, a professor at a university. She had a very feminine physique, was stunningly beautiful, and had the intelligence of her father. She was a pleasant person to talk to, and I really liked her. She was the complete opposite of you in many ways.
I haven't heard anything about this from him.
Of course not. He's so kind. I believed he stayed silent because he thought it might hurt you.
The professor is a genetist.
He said that the exceptional genes of Jason and his daughter were an incredible match. We had intentions of having them marry. Oh my God, I had no idea he had a fiancée.
Are you saying I stole him from someone else?
Exactly. You suddenly appeared and took away my precious son. That's why I want you guys to divorce as soon as possible. For Jason's happiness, I want him to have children soon. He'd be much better off with a woman who's genetically compatible than an incompetent woman like you. Just pay me $10,000 in compensation for the act of swaying him. You can send me a check as usual.
Compensation? Are you saying that I have to pay you? Why is that?
Why? You took away my only son. Isn't it obvious? You're the one at fault here, and I'm the victim.
Anyway, I'll ask him tonight when he gets home. It's a serious matter, and I want to hear it from him directly.
You know, he's so sweet. I doubt that he'll be honest with you.
He couldn't even bring himself to ask for a divorce, poor thing. Wait, is he also saying that he wants a divorce? We were together this morning, and he didn't mention anything. I mean, I've never heard a single word about a fiancé until now.
I've told you, right? He's really a considerate person. He knows that you'll get hurt if he tells the truth. He's too distressed to speak up, so I finally convey his feelings for him. But here you are, you want to confront him and cause him more trouble. You really are the worst.
Oh no, you mean he never loved me?
Well, I'm sorry, but you and I are also not compatible at all. Maybe you can consider this as fate, not being on your side.
Even if he's kind and couldn't bring himself to hurt me by speaking up, keeping something this important a secret for so long? Why did he choose me over that person to marry in the first place?
Maybe he was pressured into marriage by you and he couldn't refuse. It's all your fault for taking advantage of his kindness. Being with a wife who lacks common sense like you, it's nothing but a massive source of stress on him.
I see. I guess there's no point in staying married if we're both disgusted with each other.
Oh, you're quite obedient at the end.
Okay, I agree to the divorce. But it can't happen immediately, so please, give us at least a month to file the papers. I need to prepare for my future as well.
If you pay me the $10,000 immediately, that'll be fine.
Huh?
Send me a check right away. Then I'll wait for a month. If you don't, file for divorce right now. Hey, Cassidy, hurry up and send me the check. I said I'll wait if you did. I knew you were irresponsible, but to think you can't even keep a promise. What a terrible person you turned out to be. Hey, answer me. You're deliberately ignoring me even though you're seeing this, aren't you? That's how you bully the elderly. If you can't even have kids, get out of there at the second. If you don't want to, just send the check already. Cassidy, you're intentionally defying me, aren't you? Until you send me the check, I'm going to call your home phone every single day. And I heard that you accused Jason last night. I won't forgive you. From today, he won't go back there again. Such a wife is a bad influence on him. Poor him. What in the world is going on? What are these? Cassidy! What are these documents? Answer me.
Oh, Heidi, you got them, huh?
You've been ignoring me for a month. And what's with that attitude?
I haven't. What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. I rang your home phone every day and you never answered it.
Oh, that was you.
Yes, since you broke your promise and didn't send the check I called to harass you.
It was an unknown number, so I intentionally didn't answer. I was wondering who it was. I see, it was you, and you clearly said you were calling to harass me.
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
You just said so yourself, didn't you?
I don't remember saying that. That's not important. What are these documents?
Oh, those. Well, those are a copy of all the abusive remarks you've made to me over the past year, along with a diagnosis of depression since I had to see a psychiatrist because of that. And then a claim for compensation since my husband and I are getting a divorce because of you. And a bill for the $5,000 you owe me.
What the heck are you talking about?
And finally, the divorce papers. Can you give them to Jason? He's staying with you, right?
What in the world? A bill? Divorce papers? I'm totally confused. I was supposed to get $10,000 from you. Why do I have to face claims from you? This is completely unfair.
Okay, let me break this down one by one. First, you've been verbally abusive to me for the past year. There's a list of the abusive remarks, along with the dates and times they were made.
Huh? What are you talking about? I don't remember any of those.
Well, because it's through text messages, even if you don't remember, it's documented here. So even if you insist you don't remember, there's no way around it.
This must be your forgery. These documents can be easily manipulated. How dare you try to extort money with forged documents from me? Such a shameless woman.
Well, yes, as evidence, it might be weak, but I was diagnosed with depression as a result of it until recently. Interestingly, my symptoms cleared up suddenly once the divorce was decided.
You say that as if the stress is gone. You were the one bullying me and enjoying yourself. You're making false accusations while conveniently seeking compensation. What's going on here? It's repulsive.
That's fine, say what you want, but don't forget that I'm taking screenshots of this conversation as evidence. Anyway, I've sent you the invoices and everything I just told you. If you wish to fight back against them, you can go through a lawyer.
Geez, you've been talking nonsense for a while now.
I don't know if it's nonsense or what, but the fact is I experienced emotional abuse from you, which led to a diagnosis of depression. And the fact is that you were the cause of my divorce. Additionally, your son, who was raised under your control and domination, also ended up controlling and dominating me in the same way, repeating the cycle of emotional abuse towards me. These are the facts, supported by evidence, and the result of consulting a lawyer.
Hold on. What are you saying about Jason?
You're a control freak who wants to dominate your over 30-year-old son.
You know nothing about raising a child. You're childless. As a mother, it's only natural to find your son endearing, no matter how old he is.
Certainly, as a mother, it's natural to worry about one's child and want to lend a helping hand or offer advice in any way. But doing so to an adult child becomes overbearing. From a young age, you've dictated everything for him. School, studies, friends, hobbies, bath times, and even when to sleep and wake up. If he doesn't follow your decisions, you're upset. Do you know what happens to a child raised in such an environment?
Cassidy?
Now he tries to find meaning in his existence by imposing his ideas on his wife. You and your son are a classic case of this overbearing parent-child dynamic.
Are you trying to blame me for this? Are you saying that because of my parenting, he's now engaging in emotional abuse?
He leaves everything related to marriage and divorce to you. Even though he's over 30, he still obeys every command you told him. That's the reality, isn't it?
Once you start talking so eloquently, you put it in quite a way. despite needing to fulfill your role as a woman properly. You're acting all high and mighty, but you're not without your share of reasons for the divorce either.
Oh, really? And what might those be?
I should have been surrounded by grandchildren inheriting the strongest genes by now. But thanks to you swooping in and taking him away, that dream has been shattered. A perfect reason for a divorce, I'd say. A barren woman like you is utterly useless.
You're making enemies out of all women undergoing infertility treatments, you know. Dealing with it is extremely tough and costly. I've been through a lot and struggled with it myself.
I feel sorry for you. I wonder what the point of being born as a woman.
You're truly despicable. That's what you are. Then go ahead and say that to your own son. Pity him, unable to leave any descendants, a useless existence that serves no purpose. Question the meaning of being born as a man.
Why would I need to tell him that? Unlike you, he is healthy. Don't insult him with your baseless accusations.
You are the one doing exactly that. The reason we couldn't have children is because of his infertility issue. Didn't you hear about it?
No. Because of him?
Yup, it was revealed from the tests. I included the result along with the divorce papers. Didn't you see it?
Really? Well, it's true. The cause is azoospermia. Is this kind of joke? My son is like this?
I couldn't bring myself to tell you until now, but the truth is, he's the reason. He knows as the result was out 6 months ago.
Oh, God.
Instead of examining genetic compatibility, you should have looked into more fundamental matters, you know. There's one more thing I want to say to you.
What is it now? You got more to say? Do you enjoy picking on an old lady? You really have a twisted sense of humor, don't you?
If you had been a more respectable person, I wouldn't have had to resort to these actions. You lied to me, didn't you? You said you needed surgery because of an illness.
Well, that's...
On the day I was admitted for the infertility test, you mentioned having surgery at the same hospital. So I went to the ward to greet the nurses, but there was no record of you in the admission history.
I just got confused with the name of the hospital. You invaded my privacy by looking into my medical records without permission.
And what about you invading your son's privacy? I heard you went on a trip to Hawaii instead. The $5,000 I lent you was used for that trip, right? I received calls from the travel agency and the credit card company. They said the payment was insufficient for the withdrawal.
Well, that,
I also found out that you had borrowed money from Jason multiple times before.
No, I don't owe him money. He gave it to me.
You're really despicable. Allowing yourself to freely use his money? You better stop this overbearing behavior. You're truly the worst kind of human being.
You don't have to go that far. I told you I was just looking out for him and managing the finances.
Come to think of it, you did mention once that the money you could use freely decreased after he married me. If you really cared about him, you wouldn't make such statements. As for why you needed the $10,000 for additional surgery, it was because you had payments to make for things bought during the trip.
Why do you... It's not what you think,
I've had enough of this. I don't want anything to do with you and Jason anymore. From now on, please communicate with me through my lawyer. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we cut contacts?
Wait. You don't have to rush and say it's the end. We can talk about this more thoroughly.
No, I have nothing more to say to you. I'm actually grateful for the circumstances that led to this divorce. If I had a child, I might not have been able to break free from your influence. I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to block you now. Goodbye.
Hold on. Cassidy, please listen to me. Come back.
The divorce was successfully finalized. Strangely, Jason's the one making monthly payments for the compensation and debts from Heidi. It seems that she continues to live dependent on him, and he also appears to be unable to break free from her influence. Rumor has it that news of what exactly happened came out, and the professor's daughter even severed ties with them. As for me, I got a Chihuahua after my divorce. While attending a dog training school, I met and married an instructor there. Now I'm cheerfully navigating the days with a lively 1-year-old boy and the Chihuahua, feeling grateful for my happiness.